Hello and welcome to Horror Heroes. I'm your host, Kelly Edmonds. And in today's episode, we're going to take a look at Frederick Charles Krueger, better known to the world as Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. So, who is this man? He first appeared in Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984 as a disfigured dream stalker who used a gloved arm with razors to kill his victims in their dreams, causing their deaths in the waking world as well. However, he is put into a real world. He has a normal human vulnerability. He was created by Wes Craven and portrayed by Robert Englund until 2010's remake, putting Jack Earl Haley in the lead role. Freddy is a vengeful spirit who attacks his victims from within their dreams. He is commonly identified by his burned, disfigured face, his red and green striped sweater, and his trademark metal claw brown leather glove that's on his right hand. Most notably about Freddy has to be the glove. As part of an interview, Wes Craven claimed the inspiration for the glove came from his cat as he watched it destroy the side of his couch. In an interview, he said part of it was an object goal to make the character memorable, since it seems that every character that has been successful had a unique kind of weapon, whether it be a chainsaw or a machete or an axe. So where did Wes Craven get his inspiration for Krueger? Part of it came from a series of stories that ran in the LA Times about mysterious deaths that were occurring. The victims all had reported of having reoccurring nightmares about a man named Mr. K, and they were found dead in their sleep. Additionally, the original script called for Krueger to be a child molester, which Craven said was the worst thing he could think of at the time. But due to a high publicity child molestation case in California in the late 70s, Craven changed it to a child murderer. He also grabbed inspiration from a school bully and a disfigured homeless man, which all gave into what Freddy would become. Freddy's film career included 6 Nightmare on Elm Streets, 2 crossovers, first at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, the 9th installment of the Friday the 13th series, and then again in Freddy vs. Jason. He also showed up in Wes Craven's New Nightmare, trying to put a new spin on an old classic, where Craven and Englund play themselves while Freddy makes an appearance. Freddy also had a short-lived series called Freddy's Nightmares in the 1980s, with 44 episodes airing. Even though Freddy wasn't in all of them, he did introduce some of them and got credit for the whole series. He also appeared in video games. First, in 1989, Nintendo's Nightmare on Elm Street, and then later as an extra downloadable character in the Mortal Kombat series in 2011. Her friends succumbed one by one to Freddy's wrath. telepathically gifted Christine embarks on a desperate mission to destroy the Satanistic dream stalker and release the tortured souls of his victims once and for all. Go. So let's take a closer look at Freddy Krueger from NECA. This is their representation of Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 as all the souls try and get out. The figure has 17 points of articulation. Each of the arms do move, so you can get them whichever horrifying way you want them as they try and escape Freddy's body. There is no articulation past the waist. The legs are in one set position. The head is on a ball joint and does move 360 degrees, as you can see, but it does go up and down. Each of his arms are on ball joints. They're jointed at the elbow, though my elbow seems a little stiff. The hands do rotate. Even the little soul trying to escape from his back does have some articulation. One of my arms just doesn't want to stay on, but that's fine with me. This way it looks like at least one soul has escaped the wrath of Freddy Krueger. What amazes me is the sculpt. If you wanted to see something that is exactly as it appears on the screen, NECA has captured it. You can actually feel the pain of the souls trying to escape Freddy's body. It is just amazing. Even the sculpt on his hand with the ionic sharp nails as blades glove. It is truly a masterpiece.
that NECA has produced here. Even going down, you think that this is a real sweater. They've sculpted all the little fibers with incredible detail. Even when you look at the hand, you can see the veins of each of the arms going around as it pulls away from Freddy in the final scenes. This is just one amazing sculpt. So let's take a look at Mezco's version of Freddy Krueger. Standing at approximately 8 inches tall, Freddy from Mezco does not capture the same intense look as the NECA Freddy, trying to appeal to a wider audience. His head does go left and right. His arms go up and down and in and out. It feels like there's a bicep cut, but there is no elbow joint. The wrist does turn. On the other arm, again, you do have a bicep cut, allowing you to turn it a little bit, but no elbow cut. And a very, very tight wrist on the glove. He does have a slight crunch, and he does turn left and right very easily. The legs have 3 points of articulation up at the hip, knee, and ankle, so you can get him into some poses. The shirt is fabric, so if you do want him to try and strip for you, you can see they did continue the sculpt even underneath that fabric shirt. You can see more of it on the back. Just don't have him strip. Even under the arms, you can pull up the sleeves just slightly, but you can actually feel it underneath the sweater. This Freddy came with a few accessories. I mean, he is, after all, your friendly neighborhood nightmare stalker. I wish his blades were a little bit positionable, but he comes with his hat, which is removable. Does not like to stay on, but he does have a hat which has incredible detail. also comes with a sign reminding you this is Elm Street, and a phone, which right now I think Jason has taken off with. It is Friday the 13th after all, and I think he's a little upset with me. This Freddy is a little harder to stand, as you can tell. I literally have to stand him up against something. So let's take a look at the two Freddys side by side. So, let's see how the two Freddys look next to each other. Realistic, you have to go with the NECA. I mean, there's no doubting it. This is definitely directly from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. He stands in the 6-inch scale, perfect for you to mix and match your Masters of the Universe or any other of the 6-inch scale, including your Thundercats classics that are now in 6-inch scale. Then you have more of the comedic Freddy that stands about 8 inches tall, much bulkier, less articulation, but if you want something that you want to have around younger children for Halloween where they won't have too many nightmares, go with the Mezco Freddy Krueger as part of their Cinema of Fear line.
Amateur Beats.